everyone. Welcome to today's talk. Yeah, what do we have today? A very deep topic about the essence of us and of everything. That the essence we are is also in everything else out there. And understanding this is, you can reach that through different ways, of course, through the spiritual way or to the scientific way, or to like a mixture of it all. Even Albert Einstein and other physicians, they came to the point that the power, the energy or power, how you ever want to call it, that keeps everything in place, that keeps everything as it is, us in that form, my computer in the form of the computer, and any plant in its form, no matter if it's an alive form, what we call alive, or if it's a brainless material thing that we have created. And that is simply the information of love, the information caused by love. And even those physics genies, they found out finally that it's a love energy that holds, let's say, that holds particles together to be that certain form that it is. Yeah. I mean, starting by you, by yourself, your information, your love information that is keeping you together is the need of everything and the need of each moment that you are there. In a way, you are alive and doing what you're doing, being who you are. You can say it in that way, that you are in many minds of people, more than you even know, more than you consciously know. And just by that, you're getting all the time signals from these other beings that your form is required. It sounds weird, right? But it's the truth. And if you hear me talking this, telling you this right now, try to listen and maybe close your eyes and connect to all the people that you know, and maybe the ones that you knew that you may have not had any contact for a long time with, and you met just on a vacation, or remember or think of all these people that you already have met in your whole lifetime, that you are here on this planet. Isn't it crazy if you think about that, how many these are? Yeah, do you remember that? Yeah, let's go later deeper into that. I want to first show you this beautiful talk from Eckhart and his picture that he uses to explain this. He uses a beautiful flower, which is a wonderful picture to use. Yeah, so I want you to enjoy his talk first, and then I go deeper into all this to try to help you to connect right away to this essential knowledge that can right away, make you aware, connect you to this world, to this life, to this to your life in this right now moment. Lean back, take a cup of tea or cup of water, relax, and take some breaths, some deep breaths. And then enjoy that me time. And then I talk to you later. Oh, and don't forget to wait until the end of the whole talk, because there is waiting a gift for you.
All that is essential is invisible to the eye. All that is essential is invisible to the eye. So although the flower is beautiful, within the flower there's hiding a presence that is invisible to the eye. The flower has a presence there. It is not by accident that in many spiritual traditions, flowers are sacred symbols. In Buddhism, for example, and other traditions, certain flowers are sacred symbols. The mandala itself, the sacred mandala paintings, basically many of them are based on flower designs. Flowers are naturally occurring mandalas, and so there is what is essential about the flower. Yes, there is the external beauty, but the real meaning of beauty is there is an inner essence there. But you cannot sense that when you are looking at the flower through the screen of conceptualization. So you have to drop the screen of conceptualization, which is thought, and look at the flower and give it a little bit of time. And then you begin to sense something, but where do you sense that? You sense it in yourself. What is it that you sense in yourself when you look at the flower? It's both in the flower and in you. It is the essence, the animating consciousness behind this manifestation of this beautiful manifestation of form. There is, beyond the form, there is, we could call it the animating spirit. And that is the same animating spirit which is consciousness that is in you. When you have access to it in yourself, you can sense it there. But giving complete attention, for example, to a flower can be very helpful in deepening the access you have to it in yourself. So the flower can teach you stillness, because the flower is very still, and teach you other things, that because stillness is only one particular signpost that we use to speak of it. So you sense the essence of the flower, which is sacred, and you can sense the essence of yourself, which is sacred, and you can somehow sense that the essence of the flower and the essence of yourself are one and the same. And that is the recognition of oneness, which is all the ancient mystics and so on have spoken about this. And that is just what you love it. Basically, that means that is what love is. You recognize yourself in the other. It doesn't have to be another human being, or it's beautiful when you recognize yourself in another human being, but you also recognize yourself in nature. So this is important, because that brings, so allow nature to teach you stillness. Now nature, of course, embodies a completely different degree of consciousness from yours. I will now make a mystical statement. You don't have to believe it. The flower loves it when you give it attention, because you add something enormous to the flower by giving it attention. The flower is not aware of its own beauty, it just is. And when you unite your consciousness with the flower, through you, because there's ultimately, you're not, the separateness that we see in the physical is not really there. Through you, the flower gets a glimpse of self-recognition. The flower recognizes itself. So when nature is waiting for you to recognize it, and what nature alone is also involved in, it is part of the evolving universe that is becoming more conscious. And humans are an essential part of that on this planet. So when a human becomes conscious of nature, the nature through the human becomes conscious of itself, and it's an amazing process. Whether or not this is true, you have to kind of find out for yourself by being more attentive in nature and honoring what's there, and as much as possible relate to nature without the screen of knowledge. When you need it, it's fine. If a child asks you, what's the name of this flower? You tell the child what the name is, but hopefully you don't say, this is a rose. Hopefully you say to the child, it's called a rose. There's a very big difference between saying, this is a rose, because that would be saying to the child that this concept is what it is, that the sound rose is that. No, it's only a name. The name of it is rose. And so to prevent the child from getting lost in concepts at an early age, always, once you've taught a word, always bring the child back to the actual experience of it, so that the child does not come to the misperception that the name of the flower is the flower. There's a depth to the flower that gets totally covered up when you mistake the name for the flower. So that's why when you truly want to see it, you have to remove the mental label, and you can only do that by being present. The alertness rises, and then you communicate, you relate to the flower without the screen of concepts.
Yeah, thank you very much, Eckhart. Isn't it beautiful? Yes, I love this, how he explains it with this flower. This perfect pattern, this connection between that flower and you, that energy that is exchanged, yeah? That this flower, by looking at it, gives you the joy and meaning to be there, to look at it and give it attention. And it blooms to get that attention, and you give it to it. And you smell that smell of this beautiful flower maybe, and you can enjoy and sense, feel your senses. Yeah, the flower is there to activate your senses, and you are there for the flower to activate its meaning, to even bloom more and smell more and do it again and again. Yeah, every season. And why is it going? Yes, of course, also to appreciate it. Why don't you? It's a way of looking at it as well, those seasons. That's why I learned, and I always did, I loved these seasons, that we have all the 4 seasons we have, because we go always through different phases of nature and can experience it so differently. And yeah, I wanted to talk before about the very, well, the terrible tests in the Nazi times they did to babies. And yes, it makes me sad, and I could, if I think about it, I could cry. But I don't want to go into that feeling now. But anyhow, this is a very good example to show you the truth about this. Yeah, about this, what Eckhart is saying, what I told you in the beginning, that they did a test with making the babies, giving them food and doing their how do you say that in English? When you change not the slip they have, you know. Yeah, they took care of the babies, and with some babies they did it just giving food and cleaning it and giving no attention at all to that being, to that baby. And then they had a few where they did give them just bad attention, like meanful, aggressive, not joyful, just bad, but they gave attention. And then, of course, the love, yeah, the full attention of joy and love, and yeah. And what happened was, the ones that got love, of course, they were growing and very healthy, in a very healthy way. They had good weight, and they developed just as they should. The ones that got aggressive attention, that they also developed. They not as good. They were too small, not eating a lot, and they were not developing that strong that the other ones did. And the ones without attention at all, they died. Yeah. I cannot even talk about it. It makes me really sad. I'm a mom, and it's unbelievable to do such tests. But I don't want to discuss that here. It is something that has been done, and we have these results now. So, and I hear it so many times in the coaching scene. This example of showing what we need, what is important for us as a being. And it counts not just for people, it counts for plants too. If you don't give any attention to plants, or you give bad attentions, for example, it's very strange, not strange because it's the truth. There is a plant in our living room where I'm never sitting there. But my ex-partner, he's always sitting there, watching very brutal movies where it's just about shooting, killing, bad behaving, and it's all bad moods. And also his games he's playing, he's killing, he's playing either video games or he's watching such movies. And this is all there. And the plant that is there, it has a perfect place. From the light, it gets water. It's a perfect place. But we had already 3 plants there. And they all died. And the leaves, they really turned very dark black, kind of black. It was really, when I look at these leaves, I'm really seeing the darkness in the leaves. They don't just fall down or something. They hang there in black, in dead black color. It's a really good example, which I just now realize, because to be honest, I didn't realize that before as well. But now, as I thought about it and talk about these issues here, these dependencies, I realize that this is the reason. This must be the reason, because there is no reason why it doesn't grow. The light for that plant is perfect there. It's half shadow, and yeah. And it happened the same. We had these plants out there on our terrace, and there was a time where I had no time to take care of them, and many of them, they died. I gave them water, but no attention, just water. Just hurrying with giving them water. And as soon as I changed that and paid more attention to them, they started growing more and being more pretty, blooming. It's really like that. And it's also with your animals, with the cats. I mean, for example, we have 2 cats, and they always come, and they always want to get that attention, want to exchange these energies, and it's really important. Well, it's important. I want to show you how important you are. And it's so strange. Many years I felt that I always had that huge perspective, like going out in the atmosphere and looking on the whole like going with my attention out in the universe and then looking down on this planet Earth. And I felt like I'm such a little ant in this planet. I'm so not important. And many times I felt really so useless and unimportant that I thought, why am I here? Well, it doesn't matter if I'm here or not. And that made me sad. And after that awakening process, I kind of got a complete different perspective. That we are all important knots, and if one knot isn't not there, the whole thing cannot work perfectly. And that's the truth about it. Yes, we are small compared to this whole huge being, but we are a part of it, an important part. An important information with its own individual, exactly on point importance and need. And what I mean is everything and everyone is so individual. There is no one like the other one, and that's why we are so important, because just that way that you are is that way that it needs to be there. Yeah, I think you know what I mean. I just want to help you to feel it and really soak that up into you and feel it, really feel it right now, and fill your whole, each cell with this wise and true information. And if you listen to these words, your cells will remember it. If your brain doesn't agree, and maybe your brain tells you something else right now, but your brain is just a protection machine. It's just a protection machine to defend and to keep programs alive, to save energy, to not change. That's the only meaning, okay? These thoughts. They want to keep you in a certain way, in a certain program, because it's a saving mode. It's energy saving mode. We are all in. And we all have to learn to leave this energy saving mode and to go joyful into the most challenging situations. No matter how big they are, it really doesn't matter. It could be the worst thing that you can think of, but you will be alive. It will be there, and you will be there. You will not die. You are there, experiencing it, going through it with a consciousness and awareness that leads you through it in a way that you kind of fly through it. If it's very heavy or if it's something really, really challenging, deeply challenging, take a new perspective, like an eagle flying through it in a very calm inner state. And not in a state where you have like dark eyeglasses and on so you don't see where you're flying through. No. Very conscious, very observing, very awakened. You're here to experience these things and to let them make you grow stronger and stronger in the way that they don't throw you out of your way. Stay on that path, fly with it, fly through it, and don't let your path get changed by it. Learn to swing with it. Learn to sealing, like this when you have a sail standing in the wind. To use the wind to just flow through that on that ocean and go your path you want to sail along. You just learn how to set that sail, how to hold it. Very precise. It's a very precise, conscious act in which you are completely the being, the control of that whole force of nature underneath the water, the wind in the sail, and the air that you breathe, and your power of your whole body. It's, if you have ever done a sport where you felt this connectivity between many forces, like your own force and these nature forces, and you had that moments where you could play with it, you could really connect to all of it and play with it. You were like that leaf in the wind, but with control. With a steering wheel. Using the forces for your path to get faster, to go your path, your direction. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Each challenge is like a wind. Yeah, use that picture for you. Each challenge is just a wind, a little bit more harder wind with more knots. And you learn how to surf it. You learn how to use it. You learn how to set your sail. And it's a lot of fun. It can be a lot of fun, and the speed, you can control it. You don't have to let the wind speed decide how fast you are going. No, you can even control your speed if you hold the sail the right way. You can decide how fast. You can decide if you want to do some jumps. Yeah. And sometimes you even have to really, really let go. And just be that leaf in the wind. for some moments. Yeah, it's like 1 second you are that leaf, letting go. Then the next second, you feel it. It's like waves. Yeah, it's letting go, holding on, letting go, holding on, letting go, holding on. It's a game of these dualities. Because we are information. Our form is an information, but it's also the opposite. A now informational energy. And you can connect to that no information energy that you are in meditation, and when you take walks and really have a lot of time where you can very calm down, or not just a lot of time. If you really meditate 5 minutes, you can already go into that non-information essence. Just that energy, and that energy is in everything. Yeah, this energy without information is everything and everyone, and this is where we are all the same. No individual, no nothing. We are all the same. And the information that we are right now, and that's very important now. When you're a grown-up person, you can decide what information you let into your system to form you every morning, every second. It's like every moment you form, you get informed by your own thoughts and by the agreement of yourself to thoughts from other people, from other things. But it's always your decision if you take it, if you soak it up or not. Yeah. So become more more self-aware of what you're thinking. Yeah, observation. The first step is always this observation of your own thoughts about your own life and your own being, and all the other people that are in your life as well. All these thoughts. Yes. And now I let you go. I let you enjoy your wonderful day or evening. Maybe you go to sleep. And always think of who you really are in this world. This huge, beautiful, just one and only lottery win to yourself and to all the other people in your life. And now your gift. What is your gift? Yes, it's a free coaching session with me. Yes, take that chance. Don't let it pass. It might bring you into a deep, wonderful, beautiful process of challenging opening, of becoming open for challenges. Yeah. And healing certain things. So many things can happen. It's really, you never know what can happen. And me neither. We do that session and you will see what it does to your system. What your system right now wants to experience, wants to go to. I'm an accelerator to go that way for you. Look me up, look my email address up in the channel description, and then write me an email. After the appointment will always be at 9:30 p.m. European time, but the date you give me some proposals, and then I get back to you, which is possible. So enjoy your beautiful moments right now, today. each second, each minute, each hour, each day, and so on, just for your whole life.